Currently, I'm coming into my home port, Carter Port, and it's in the RIA system. If you remember, I told you that I chose this port because of the way it looks, and I'll show you what I mean by that. It's a gorgeous place. The planet right there is pretty blue planet. Not completely. It's kind of like, I don't know if that's an ice planet. Kind of looks like an ice planet. I'll have to check that out. I haven't really checked that out. But we'll come in here and I'll show you what I mean by being a pretty port. I like it. Okay. So yeah, so it's one of these ringed ports like this. It's not the big cubicle one. But if you look in the ring, see all the green? It's like forest. It's just beautiful. And once I get inside, I'll show you how pretty it is on the inside. So you got to remember that these ports like this, people live here. It's their home world, if you will. All right, let's get our request for docking out of the way.
Permission authorized. You are clear for approach to pad.
And let's head in. We're looking for dock. What is that? 16? Can't quite see it. Yeah, 16. So let's go in. Now look how pretty it is.
Maintain current heading until further instruction.
See if I can do this without crashing.
Scan detected.
See how pretty it is? It's just gorgeous. There's my, let me get down before I get hit. Somebody else coming in. There's my landing strip, but it's just pretty. It's clean, pretty, bright. I just love it. It's got greenery. All right, let's put her down. And we're home. A little bit richer than we were when we left. Well, we have another community event that I'm going to go to, so I'm going to pull my Cobra out. I've got a fighting ship and I've got the Cobra. The Cobra's the all-purpose one. It doesn't hold very much. I think at most I can put about 40 tons in it, but it's the only thing I've got to haul things. So I'm gonna grab my Cobra and I'm gonna take off to this community event. And I can't remember what's that. I'll show that in a minute here. But so I'm in the Vulture. That's my fighting ship. Gonna jump in the Cobra. We're gonna head to our next event, and I'll catch you when we get there. Alrighty, well here we are at Shawn Market, and Shawn Market is the site of our next event. When I left with the Cobra, I had about 4,400,000 and some change in money from my last mission, and I decided when I got here that I had enough money to buy a Type 6 transporter. Now, a Type 6 is the first or the smallest of the three freighters, and it costs about $1,045,000. So I do have enough money with the $4 million. By the time I got it all kitted out to hold 100 tons, it left me with about $1,800,000. So I still have a little bit of money to go. I didn't spend it all. But this should give me a better chance of making a little bit more money because I can haul a little bit more. This is what it looks like. That's from underneath. That's me sitting in the pilot's chair. There's behind me another shot of me. And there's what it looks like from the front. And then completely from the rear. Now the Type 6, like I said, is the first of the three. The second one is the Type 7, and the Type 9 is the third one. And they call it the Space Hog. It looks like one and it flies like one. It's very slow, but it holds lots and lots of freight. So we're going to head out on our mission. I'm going to do some hauling missions, and then we're going to do some fighting missions, and we'll see what we can come up with on this event, how much we can make. Alrighty, well, we're back from our hauling missions, and I'm going to turn it in. It's over now, the hauling part. And so let's turn this in, see what we got. Now I have 1,800,000 like I showed you before. Let's see if we turn this in, what we're going to get. Now, I didn't do a lot of hauling. I did enough to get up in the top 75. I came in real late into this community event, so it was already well underway by the time I got in. So we have a total of over 10 million, so we did pretty good. We had just shy of 2 million. So we did okay. We did about 8 million. All right, we got a reputation increase in that. Now, there's still one event left. It's still going on, and it's the fighting where you turn in bounties. So I'm going to go out and do some fighting, and I didn't send for my Vulture. That's my fighting ship. I should have sent for it and had it delivered here, but it's really late in the event, and so I'm just going to fight with my Cobra. I can do okay in the Cobra. It'll be just fine. But I probably should have had my. I should have probably had that fighting ship, the Vulture. Now, interestingly enough, generally the bounty section of the event is the first to get done, but in this case, you have to go to the nav beacon because there are no extraction points around here, and so I don't think people like to go to the navigation beacon. So there's been a lot less people doing the fighting portion of the community event. So we're going to go out and see what we can do. I'm going to grab my Cobra and we're going to head out.
Okay, we're at Sean Market, and I just completed a community event, and there's another one immediately right after it. The first one, I didn't bring in my fighter, and this one, because I came in late into it, but this one I'm right at the start, so I'm gonna bring my fighter over. You end up using my Cobra, and it doesn't fight as well. It does good enough. It's not bad, but I've got a fighter, a vulture. Why don't I bring it over? So let's see. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Let's see. I got to bring my vulture. There's my vulture. It's going to take 27 minutes to get here. That's okay. Let's bring it in. It's early in the morning. And let's transfer this ship to the current station. And then we'll wait 27 minutes before we can fight. But that's okay, because the two community events that we have are fighting and hauling. Now, if you remember earlier, I said that I had enough money to buy not a hauler, a transport. So let me get that, because I'm going to be transporting here. Let's go to the shipyard and stored ships. I've got a Type 6 transporter that I bought. Now, the Cobra could only hold 40 tons. This thing holds 100 tons. So it gives me a little bit more. And I may be able to buy a Type 7 if I make enough money here to get a little bit more tonnage that I can haul. Let's bring this thing out of mothballs here while we're waiting for the fighter. Let's get in and take a look. Now, the one that I have been doing is ended, so let me turn that in. I didn't get as high as I wanted to, because I did start late. So let's see here. There's the one that just ended. Let's see how we did. We were in the top 75, so we made almost 6 million. Not bad. Let's go ahead and take it. We have 10,215,000. Now, I started out with about 5 million when I first got here. I came here in my Cobra. I only had the Cobra, and I intended to do the fighting and the hauling in the Cobra because I came in late to the event, and so I didn't take the time to bring the fighter over. But I had the 5 million. I used the 5 million, and I'm averaging out. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I had around 5 or 6 million, and I bought the Type 6 transporter and kitted it up to hold 100. And since then, I'm back up to 10 million in the hauling and stuff that I did. And now let's get our 5 million from this event. And we're up to 16 million now. Let's sign up for these two. Now, with these two, we're going to be doing beryllium, military-grade fabrics, and insulating membranes. Now, I found a place that has all of these. Well, two places that have all of these close by. So I'm going to try to get the one that's the closest. So let's sign up for this one. And we're going to sign up for this one. Alrighty, and then we're going to start hauling while we're waiting for our fighter.